Have you ever met someone who is always blaming everyone around them? They are always sad, angry, or depressed, and what's worse, they seem determined to remain that way. They insist that nobody understands their pain and are always bitter at the world around them. Perhaps they are constantly projecting blame towards their friends, family members, or even total strangers. Perhaps, dare I say, you are feeling called out because some of these unfavorable characteristics describe none other than yourself. It is not a stretch to say that this person likely has a victim mindset. The victim mentality, also known as a victim mindset or victimhood, refers to a psychological state in which an individual perceives themselves as a perpetual victim of circumstances, external forces, or other people. People with a victim mentality tend to believe that they have little or no control over their lives and that they are constantly being treated unfairly or unjustly. They often over-explain themselves, have a negative outlook, and cannot properly cope with stress. In our lives and work, having a victim mentality can be a soul-sucking experience and lead us to blame others for our problems. It makes us want to withdraw from friends, family, and colleagues. We may even feel irrationally angry at them, feeling misunderstood and upset that nobody seems to understand our pain. This results in a constant, brutal cycle of self-pity that never seems to end. In some cases, we may even feel completely powerless, as if we are doomed to stay stuck in a perpetual state of misery without ever being able to take proactive steps to improve our situations. This can lead to strained relationships, missed opportunities, and even health consequences if prolonged for a long enough period of time. Sometimes, it may even lead to depression. However, it is important to realize that when we cling to this mindset, ultimately, we are hurting no one but ourselves. It is a horrible form of self-sabotage that enters the realm of self-destruction. It is like a dark shadow that has a hold around your mind and body and only tightens its grip more because you are the one feeding its strength. As tempting as it can be to constantly feel sorry for yourself, it is ultimately a path that starts and ends in misery. However, it really doesn't have to be that way. It is important to know that no matter how powerless you feel, the truth is that as long as you have the ability to make a decision, you're never truly powerless. And that's where defeating the victim mindset starts. You have to want to defeat it and make an active choice to eliminate it once and for all. One of the most important things to understand to overcome our victim mindset is the concept of momentum. Often, people with a victim mindset will say things such as, "I can't do what I want because of this," or "My environment is why I'm not where I want to be." This is nothing more but a displacement of blame. They project their issues onto the world because it is, in that moment, less painful than having to look at themselves internally. It's easier than having to deeply reflect on their situations and be truly honest with their predicaments. By thinking these types of things, and even saying them out loud, you are actively reinforcing negativity in your life and conditioning your mind to suffer. You self-sabotage yourself by empowering your own demons. In other words, you are giving momentum to your own downward spiral. But did you know that there is such a thing as an upward spiral as well? You cannot have darkness without light. It is all about where you choose to place your energy, and you have to fight to make good things happen. An upward spiral typically refers to a positive and self-reinforcing cycle of improvement or growth. In various contexts, it can describe a situation where positive actions or events lead to further positive outcomes, creating a continuous and upward trajectory. It all comes down to choice. Instead of choosing to blame your circumstances, you can retrain your brain to think about what you can do to solve the problem, even if it's a small solution. Next time you feel angry at someone, you can choose to decide to take a breath and contemplate the situation rather than give in to your impulses. These might not seem like obvious solutions, but they are all important. They rewire your brain to empower you rather than drag you back down into the depths of your victimhood. The beautiful thing is that positive thoughts and habits compound over time, just like negative thoughts do, and gradually create that upward spiral in your life. It is all about your habits and what you choose to allow yourself to think. It all comes down to you making the decision to improve your life and having the courage to go through with it. This leads to my next topic, which is all about taking complete accountability for your life, for both the good and the bad things that happen. One of the things that successful people have in common is that they take full accountability over their own lives. They own up to everything and do not waste time blaming others or feeling sorry for themselves. They do not complain about their environment, circumstances, or upbringing. They simply play the cards they are dealt to the best of their ability, rather than complain about any perceived bad luck. They do not give in to the temptation of blaming others or feeling like a victim, because they understand that it is a rabbit hole that just ends in misery. Just to be clear, taking accountability does not mean you have to blame yourself for everything bad that happens to you. If you think about it, taking accountability is very empowering. It is all about taking control over your own life and allowing yourself to dictate the terms of the things that happen to you. You are placing yourself in the driver's seat, which is exactly where you belong. It's important to note that experiencing challenges or setbacks does not automatically mean someone has a victim mentality. It's understandable that, sometimes, there are things that happen to us that are beyond our control, and that some people suffer more than others due to traumatic upbringings, bad parenting, or toxic environments. But the point of this video is not to downplay your suffering, but rather show you a way to fight against it and show you a path that can ultimately empower you and let you know that you do have all the strength you need within you. You just have to find it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for future videos. Until next time, stay aware, stay empowered, and remember, knowledge is your greatest defense against the unseen forces that shape our world.